I've struggled with alcohol and drug addiction for multiple years now. I've been in recovery since August the 27th of 2010, and it's just completely changed my life. Addiction takes everything you have.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't care how you destroy or what you take, you know, and you know, the hard part about it is that some of us come in here more mentally and spiritually and physically broke than some, you know. I do work, I'm an employee at the Serenity House. I've been working there for going on 2 years. I'm what they call a peer recovery coach. We even deal with homeless people that come in off the streets that don't have anywhere or an address or anything. Their lives have been destroyed because of the things that they've done, the way they've lived, the lifestyles and whatnot. And you know, we get them into treatment. They come in, they do great. They go back out, they go to a halfway house. They learn to live life on life's terms, learn to live without the alcohol, the drugs. When you mention the recovery and what goes on here in Abilene, a lot of people from a lot of around cities know about the recovery here. It's really good.
I came from Wichita Falls, Texas in 2008. When I came here, I was married. I had been married for 17 years. I had a 3-bedroom home, a business, a husband, just regular everyday life. For 20 years, it was abusive. It was a bad situation. And when I moved here, I finally got the courage to get away from it. And that's when poverty began for me. At first, it was scary because to go from middle-class America to homelessness and poverty, it's like night and day. During the daytime, it was fine, you know. There's places to go and things to do. When night comes, there's nowhere to go. I prayed a lot. I kept a knife in my bra. I slept in a field. And at nighttime, you know, a lot of places you can't be there. You can go to jail for being homeless, you know. It's called loitering. They don't want you there. Criminal trespass, you know. But you have nowhere to go, so you don't have a choice. In the homeless community, we stick together. We look out for each other. That's how you make it. You find a little group of friends, and you come together, and you watch out for each other. You know, one person would stay awake at night while the other people slept. We would take turns, you know. That way, nothing would happen. I was sexually assaulted in a park by 3 men. They'll never find who did that to me. Them scary nights drove me to want to do better. Yeah. You know, my worst fear today is having to go back to that. I never want to live like that again, never.
I came to Abilene about 10 years ago. I had resigned from immigration for depression. I was lost and in my recovery, and so I thought I'd come to Abilene, and Richard Kennedy at the 180 helps. Well, the 180 is great because you have they got people coming in and out of prison, people coming in for various reasons. The veterans get a chance to be around people in the fellowship in a recovery town. Abilene's a recovery town. Veterans medicate. So if you're going to meetings, that's great. But how can you pay your bills when your mind is not there? You can go to a rehab, but when you get out, you return to the same people, because the people out there on the street got a degree in how to manipulate. There needs to be somebody holding their hand and more, you know, just walking them through process.
Well, my name is Catherine Lawrence. I come back here because my father got sick in 2002. And he passed away in 2003. My mom is here. I help take care of her. And I have 2 great-grandsons that I take care of, plus a husband that is sick. They think I'm the head of the house. Whole family. Siblings, mother, everybody. And we're having a rough time taking care of these 2 boys with the income because we both get Social Security. But we do what we can with what we have, and we're blessed. It scares you to think about the things that are going on. And they influence these young kids with the drugs and everything. You know, they'll get a child and put something on them and tell them, take this over here, or they'll tell them, come with me, I'm gonna go buy you ice cream, and you never see them anymore. We usually keep pretty active. We go to the library in school, and now they're in football. They were in summer camp. That's what I'm thinking about. And the city helped us with that. Thank God we had the city to do that, and the city helped us with football. And that keeps them pretty active, and I take them to the library once a week, and they love to read. I remember when I was a child, and my mom was here in Abilene, and she used to come over here all the time. Just like Christian Servicing is my home. Yeah, because they're so good to me. I've never been turned away, never.
Well, I'm a single mom. I have 3 kids, and it's not always easy to make ends meet. I work full-time right now at the Abilene State Supported Living Center, and before then I was going to school full-time, and right now I'm only going to school part-time. I'm only taking my last 2 classes, so I'm in the transition from having help through the system to no help from the system, just like that. And this month is one of the roughest months because I have to make sure the kids have everything for school that they need, and decent clothes and all that good stuff. So just need a little extra help. One of the biggest challenges of being a single mom, I would have to say, is probably the finances. Always wondering where you're going to get the money to, you know, pay for the electricity bill or make sure that they have the things that they need. Sometimes it's not always there, and even though in the past I've gotten student loans, sometimes that doesn't always cover everything that we need. I did recently find out last week that I had a bump in the road with financial aid. They told me that I've maxed out for a lifetime on my financial aid and my Pell Grant and my student loans, and I'm like, whoa, what's next now, you know? After I get these last 2 classes for my associate's degree, it'll be in general studies, but anything else after here, they're saying that I have to pay out of pocket. And I'm like, well, where's the money gonna come from? Because it's not easy paying for even 1 class and 1 book. That's $700–800 right there.
I guess when I see the commercials that say Abilene is me, you know, and the campaign for that, I feel like I'm an outsider. You look at everything that's going on, and you say, okay, I need help here, I need help here, I need help with the electric bill. That kills me inside to have someone actually pay for my electric bill when I'm an Eagle Scout and I can actually go out and work with my SSI, make up to so much an hour per income, and then they want to kick you down. And you're afraid to go anywhere else because if you make more money, they take away all your insurance. And I'm on lots of medicines.
I came to Abilene to attend FaithWorks to try and put my life back together. Well, at the same time, my back began to degenerate very badly, so that my physical abilities went down as well as the other problems that I have. I also found out that I had Asperger's syndrome, and that had explained a lot of the difficulties I'd had over the years. So once going through FaithWorks and then going through a walk to Emmaus, I was able to put my life back on track. I stopped actively looking for full-time work and started working volunteer work, looking to find things that I could do rather than waiting for something perfect to happen. That brought me to the Christian Service Center, where I've been volunteering for about a year now, and working with Reach for a Difference, the autism organization in Abilene here. Well, being on disability and not being with the family and having other family members with income makes it very difficult to make ends meet financially. I live reasonably well. You know, it's not anything luxurious, and I don't have a lot of luxuries or extras for anything, but I'm not starving. On the other hand, I am on the edge at all times. The apartment that I was living in got an infestation of bed bugs. And I told my landlord, and he sent out an exterminator. Then they just forwarded the bill from the exterminator at a business rate, and all of a sudden I had a bill for $300 in my hand. I had absolutely no way to pay it. I looked at it and literally had a nervous breakdown because there was no possible way I could pay that, and if that bill had to be paid or I went on the street, I was going on the streets. Luckily, I was able to turn to some brothers at church who took care of it for me, but that feeling of utter helplessness, that disaster has come and there's nothing you can do. Going to someone and saying, I need a lot of help because of this, and getting someone to help them is a wonderful experience, very gratifying and rewarding. But going to someone month after month and saying, I need help, is humiliating and just destroys your sense of worth and sense of value. You know, I am helpless. Can you help me? Every month, coming back time after time, I'm not only in trouble now, I'm not going to get out of it. That I'm going to be dependent, I'm going to need help, is soul destroying.